Okay, hello and welcome to this next video. This time we're going to be looking at external sources of support. The thought behind this is basically a cliche, a philosophy, I don't know whatever you want to call it. I often come back to that is that we don't climb Everest alone. I've never climbed Everest. I'm not sure I ever will do, probably not, but people do it, but they don't do it on their own. They employ people called Sherpas who are people who live locally, who climb up that mountain regularly, who know the best routes, who know the safest routes, who know how to get by in a crisis. And it's these Sherpas who make climbing Everest possible. If people didn't have these guys to guide them and help them, they really wouldn't make it. You cannot climb Everest on your own. So that's the analogy. Our Everest that we're climbing is you and your education. So you will not be able to get through your education successfully on your own. You need to get help from the people around you. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. So yes, don't climb Everest alone. That's advice not just for the metaphor that I'm creating here, but general life advice as well. If you're going to climb Everest, don't try and do it on your own. Get someone to help you, preferably someone who knows what they're doing as well. Don't want you to risk yourself doing something silly. Get help, get a Sherpa, and let's go. You might be thinking, okay, where can I find a Sherpa? Where are they? Who are they? What are they? And I'm going to give you some ideas now. And again, this isn't a definitive list. You might have other Sherpas which you are aware of or you can get hold of that can help you. But this is like a very general list that will get you started at the very least. And then you can go from there. I don't know if you're the kind of person who likes Facebook or not, but there's actually some really useful things on Facebook. You have to find them. You have to root around to find them, but they do exist. So a simple search for groups. So I typed in A-level maths into Facebook and found this group. The only thing to be aware of is often some of the people in the group will be tutors who are trying to sell you things, but there will usually be a balance of sales and useful content that will be good to help you get ahead. So use these groups, ask questions, post things you're not sure on, because people will generally help you out, especially if they are tutors trying to sell their product, their services. They will be overly keen to help you because they'll want to make a good impression. So that's something to think about. And if you don't have your own Facebook account, find a parent or a family member who does and use and abuse that. Use them as your way in to try and find this treasure trove of information that is out there and available to you. If you're not a fan of Facebook, then WhatsApp is another place that you could go to find these groups. So this is taken from a website which I put in on the page for this video. So you can click on that link and have a look through yourself. But these are links to group WhatsApps that you're more than welcome to free to join and just to see what's going on in there. Again, some of them are going to be better than others. Like, for example, how to earn digital is probably not going to be what you need, but something like Science and Maths Students Kings, that could be a good one. That could be a good place to get some support and some advice. Again, just looking at some of these other ones, steer clear of some of them, but dip in. You can always quit and leave if you don't like them, but that could be a good place to start. Find some WhatsApp groups. This list is much longer than this. I just took a screenshot to illustrate that that's somewhere you could find something useful. Another place, Discord. I think this is, I'm really showing my age here. I think this is a kind of social media tool that your generation, your age group is more likely to be used to using. And again, there are some really good ones. I put a link to this one specifically on the page as well because I like it. It's really well run. It's well organized. They got good rules there to help protect you from spam and things like that. That could be a really useful thing to access and be a part of because you'll find like-minded people who want to help each other out. Again, everyone's trying to climb Everest, so get that help from other people and do it together. So that's another source. Some of these ed tech tools. So this is going away from people and moving to technology that can be your Sherpas as well. Some of these you probably know already and use all the time, but I'm always surprised that people don't know about Seneca when I talk to them. Seneca's phenomenal and it's free. If you're not on Seneca, sorry, get involved with that because that's a hugely useful tool. Quizlet is great as well. A lot of teachers will put revision sets up on Quizlet. I've done it for my classes before. Find them, and it's a really good way of memorizing those key terms. Edpuzzle, I adore. It's my personal favorite because it's all about videos. And you can, again, teachers will upload YouTube videos and then intersperse questions throughout the video to test your knowledge and understanding. That's a really good way to level up your video watching from YouTube videos. Kahoot and quizzes, again, you've missed out on these for your education. I feel sorry for you, because if a teacher has not given you a Kahoot or a quizzes once in your education, wow, that's a sad line. But you can make up for it yourself by signing up for an account. Again, there's loads of ready-made quizzes on topics that will be, just a different way to revise, basically, to mix it up and make it more interesting. If you're doing languages, Memrise and Duolingo are brilliant as well. And I'm sure you must know about them. But just in case they're there, there are lots and lots of other ed tech tools, but I can't vouch for any of them. These are the ones I vouch for. These are the ones I rate. These are the ones that I approve. If you think there are others which I'm missing, let me know, because I'm always open for suggestions. My lists aren't perfect. I always want to improve them. So please let me know. Next one. So this is an interesting one, particularly for A level, but for GCSE as well, definitely. Find the subject related news for your subjects you're studying. Get on BBC News. If you're doing a science, up the top of the BBC News website, they have categories. There is one called science. Click on that daily. Just absorb the headlines, take them in, make them part of your working knowledge. And then having that extra understanding of your subject, applying it to real world context, is always going to be useful, even if it's not in a particular exam. When it comes to interviews or applications, you can always show your wider understanding of the subject, which is so important. And added Twitter or X on there. Now, I refuse to call it X. I'll always call it Twitter. Again, Twitter it's a wild west of a world, but if you can find the right accounts to follow with subject specific experts who regularly put out content around their area of expertise, that's an incredible source of knowledge. I'm following a guy called Richard Murphy, who's an expert on UK tax. I can't begin to tell you the reasons why. I can't even remember why, but every day he's putting out information about the tax laws in the UK, and it's fascinating. I love it. That's me. I'm an adult. But find things that you're interested in, find things linked to your subject, and you'll get that daily check-in of information relevant to your subject. Again, you might find these on Instagram or Facebook or on Snapchat or TikTok. It's just about looking for them and you deciding, is this quality content that I'm going to consume every day? It comes back to that idea of the social declutter we did at the beginning. Once you've got rid of all the rubbish, what can you replace that with that's going to be good and beneficial and help you out rather than hinder you? So that's something to think about as well. So just to circle back, don't try and climb Everest alone. Look for support. Look for the people around you that can help. Find those sorts of information that can be part of your daily diet. And just through that gradual process of drip feeding and even osmosis, you'll become smarter and wiser about your subjects that you're studying. So yeah, that's my advice. Don't climb Everest alone. Use some of those techniques, get set up, and you'll start noticing the difference. But yeah, that's the end of this video. Thanks for listening. Good luck on the next one.